Oh, 23 people, that's exciting. Ooh, fuck me. Hey. Are you ready for a bit of a Victor Meldrew episode? I need a fucking flat cap. Oh man, I'm having a day. I just can't find anything to take me away from myself today. Which I guess is probably a good thing, but it doesn't feel very good. So for the last month, I've been listening to nothing but spiritual content on YouTube. Channelers in particular. Channelers telling me how amazing I am. How I'm about to break through into some sort of light or abundance or, you know, basically people giving a fuck. And I've just had to let go of that the last 2 days because I'm just like, it's not happening. Like, clearly it's not happening. Like, oh god, I just released a Broken Mirror episode. Admittedly, I released it on a Sunday morning in the UK, which is probably not a good time. It's got like 100 views. I'm just like, what's the fucking point? Anyway, so the last 24 hours I've reverted back to... Well, I've spent a lot of time listening to meditations actually out of desperation. I'm not like, oh, look at me. I'm just like, this is just hopeless. And then I've also been reverting back to like watching fear porn, Lotus Eaters. I watched a good Neil Oliver today. And then I've just watched Jeff Buys Cars. I didn't realise he'd been gone. I just assumed it was because I was watching spiritual content, but he's just done an episode saying he's not been YouTubing for a while. Just saying like, what's the point? Yeah, well, he's saying he's given up on trying to do anything. I think he's coming from a perspective of like, you know, trying to save his family. I'm not saying, I'm sure he hasn't fully given up on that, but you know, a bit ago he was talking about trying to leave the UK, trying to do this, trying to do that, and now he's saying, what's the point? Yeah, I really resonate with it. Like, so yeah, so I can't. So I do love Jeff Buys Cars, but you know, content like that does nothing for me anymore. I can't keep kidding myself with all this fucking spiritual nonsense. It's not nonsense, but it's just how I'm feeling today. So I'm basically just doing a live because I'm fucking bored. I'm really, really bored, and I can't bear being with myself any longer. And I can't bear listening to these fucking people next door, and I can't bear anything. So let's see what you guys have got to say. Yes, I know it's backwards. I can't work out how to write backwards, so the sign is just going to be backwards. I hope you're well fed. Are you going to be blogging and walking around where you are living now? Well, I don't have a SIM card, so no. I should probably get a SIM card and do it. It'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? I remember when I was living in Thailand, I didn't have a SIM card but worked, if I remember right. And then, honestly, it's fucking hard to get a SIM card. You think it's easy. I mean, maybe probably is for most people, but for me, it's difficult. And then I went to Vietnam and got a SIM card, and I was like, oh my god, this is great. Like, it did make being a YouTuber, but I'm so done with being a YouTuber. I just don't know if I can do it anymore. The video I'd released on Broken Mirror today already had the title and description written, so I just released it as I'd done it. But I was just going to write, you know, a meaningless video about a meaningless life or something like that. I just can't even be asked to write a description anymore. It's just like, what's the fucking point? Like, no one's going to watch it anyway. Off to Pattaya for 2 months soon, so don't agree, pal. Sheffield's still shite though in Lane Top Club at the moment. Lane Top Club, I don't know. Is that a bit common, Brian? Is it up manor? I wouldn't know. Pattaya, man. Hang on, am I getting confused? Is that the one where people just go for sex? What's the other one beginning with P? I think it is Pattaya, isn't it? Oh man, my head's not working today. Yeah, I don't think that's really Thailand, but you'll have a lot of fun if, you know, you want flashy lights and beer and plastic tits. Hello, baby. How are you? Shit. Hey, Sophie. What's up, big bro? Watching from New Zealand. Oh, nice one. I bet it's nice there. Well, I hear a lot of people leaving there too, but I'm in terms of the nature, I'm sure it's very nice. If it wasn't so tyrannical, it would be on my list. Who says life is boring? Boring life makes it more interesting. Just chill boringly, rest boringly. No one to be entertained. I love being bored when you are handsome. Girl, come around and just past. Yeah, so I mean, it's not really the channel for this, but I actually think what's happening is like just more letting go, more being in the moment. But obviously, as you're making that transition, it's tough. Like when you're moving from point A to point B or point fucking Y to point Z or whatever. The transition is tough, but then when you break through and that becomes your new reality, then it's very peaceful. So I think that's probably what's happening. It always is what happens, but when you're in it, it's just like, oh, fucking hell. A glorious, gloomy day in Scouts or stay in bed for a while, I think. I think that's a good move, Ludwig. I hear the skies are just horrendous in the UK. I hear you haven't seen the sun. Are you fucking kidding me? Now the internet's on tits. Wow. What a day. Yeah, I hear you haven't seen the sun for, is it 13 or 14 days? Or was it 16 days? I saw someone post. So bad, man. So bad. Novak ain't happening, is it? No, it's not. Hola, you are a king. Oh, I don't feel like a king today. No, not getting any crypto. Looks like you pushed. I haven't pushed my hair. I did have a shower this morning, but then I've just been in bed all day, so that's that. Any more comments? Because I've got nothing to say. Worst life ever. Worst YouTuber ever. About to give up on YouTube. It is pointless. Is it going to be my shortest live ever? 15 minutes. It's not true. I've probably done shorter ones. Oh, actually, no. I have got a story for you. Fuck me. I think this might be another reason for my exhaustion today. Oh my god, yesterday was so stressful. It was unbelievable. So yeah, I don't even know what made me look for it, but something just told me to just check that. Wow. So I opened the drawer that my passport's in, and it wasn't there. So I was like, oh, okay, no problem. I looked in the other place where it would be, and it wasn't there. So you know when that like panic starts to set in, but you're like, no, it's fine. Like, there's no way I've not got my passport. So then you start checking places where you're like, there's no way it would be here, but it must be. So that was my bag. So the last time I had it was when I went to immigration. And you know, obviously I won't leave it in my bag. Obviously I'd put it back in the drawer, right? Oh, it's not in my fucking bag. And I've got a new bag, and I've thrown my old bag out. But I know that I double checked my old bag before I threw it out. I was like, there's no way my passport was in that bag that I threw out. So then, you know, oh, okay, well, it's going to be in with all my clothes. For some reason, pull all my clothes out. No. So then you get to a point where you're checking the pockets of your fucking clothes, and then you've checked your bag 15 times, and then you're looking in the fucking fridge. you know, probably with car keys or something, you've had it. And you're opening the fridge with absolute desperation. Like, obviously, I know I wouldn't have put it in the fridge, but did I put it in the fridge? Oh my god. So then I got to a point of like, was it in my old bag? Have I thrown it in the bin? Then I got to a point of texting the only person that's been in my room and accusing them of stealing it. Then I got to a point of going downstairs and accusing the family of stealing it. I didn't accuse them of stealing it, but you know, there was a little bit of that energy in it. Anyway, so 5 hours of ransacking my room. I was like, okay, I've lost my passport. This is really fucking bad. So then, like, I'm on AI, like, what the hell do I do? And it's the two options were get an emergency travel document to go back to the UK. Not an option. Or apply for a new passport and wait 6 weeks, which means major overstay fines and, you know, potential trouble with the law. You know, overstay fines of at least £1,000. So yeah, just an absolute fucking nightmare. And then so I went to a police station to report it stolen. That was well, they were really helpful. They were really nice, but obviously it was a rigmarole. And yeah, went to bed with no passport. Just devastated. Like just totally like ready to give up on life. Like I just can't fucking do this anymore. Like how have I lost my passport? And then this morning I was like, I'll just check my bag one more time. So then I was like, right, okay, so today's the day I cancel my passport, and obviously once you cancel it, if you find it, it's cancelled and it means nothing. So it was quite a big decision. And then there was the whole like going to the embassy thing, and then you ask AI, can I travel on a EDA, emergency travel document, or ETA, whatever it is, to another country, and AI says yes. But if you have to go to the embassy of that country and check that it's okay, and then you're like, well, you know, even if they do say it's okay, and it's done like on a case by case basis, like even if they do say it's okay, I'm gonna get to the airport and there's gonna be some numpty behind the desk who won't let me travel, and you know, all these different options, all of which were shit. And you know, it was a real like sort of freeze, like I don't know what to fucking do. So I thought I'd check my bag one more time. And there's a pocket. I say there's a pocket inside my bag that I've never seen before. I obviously have seen it because I put my passport in it. But there's like this little like sort of secret pocket inside. But at some point, I must have decided to put my passport in it. I wonder if it was when I had someone around to the room. So yeah. Found my passport this morning. But it was all so exhausting, and like for 24 hours I genuinely thought I'd lost my passport, which is obviously just the worst thing that can happen to an expat who's on the move a lot. So I think I'm kind of still feeling the effects of that. Let's see if that little story managed to get a few more comments in so we can keep this live going. Hi Catherine. Hi Soundwave. Justin Bartley, do you style your hair with a toffee apple top? I think it would probably look better if I did have. This is called bedhead. What's sad? What's up, broski? Dan, is that t-shirt from Kyrgyzstan? Kyrgyzstan. No, it's from Mexico. Ludwig. What was Sheffield like in the late 80s, early 90s? Might use that time for a scene in the story. Well, I'd have been, 5 to 10 years old. Yeah, it felt like England. It was nice. I think I have good memories from that time. People spoke to each other. People had friends. People went out. People socialized. People smiled, I think. I mean, obviously, it was with my child glasses, my child perspective. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a pretty happy place. Sheffield is nicknamed or was. Now it's just another part of Pakistan. But it was nicknamed Chef Town because it was more like a town than a city, and obviously not everyone knew each other, but it certainly had that feeling, really community place. And I think as cities go, it still does. But nothing like it was. But yeah, I'd be interested to hear more about. I might use that time for a scene in a story. Yeah, interesting. How did Hillsborough affect the city? When was the Hillsborough disaster? I feel like that was probably when I was young, right? So it's hard for me to say. Honestly, if I was to give an honest answer from my experience, not at all. But then I was probably 5 years old. Yeah, it does ring a bell. I remember my mum talking about it. I remember talking about Bruce Grobbelaar trying to get the attention of the referee. So yeah, I think I was about 5 years old. I don't think it really affected the city much. But I don't know, I was 5 years old. And obviously it was a very sad day. But I imagine it affected Liverpool a lot more. Hey, Mike. Hey, such bad dish church. Sorry if I butchered that, mate. Big love, man. Are you ready, my brother? Ready for what? Franz Schwesniks. Hi, I do graffiti. Great. Can't say I'm a massive fan. Let me come on and I will make fun by the divine. I have a feeling this might be somebody that I don't want to be reading out. Ludwig, 1989, so I'd have been 4 years old. So my perspective on it is pretty much null and void. Yeah, this is definitely somebody I don't want to be reading out. No one else would spam the comments like that. So I think that's it. I think we're done. No one's got anything to say, least of all me. Oh dear, I am definitely done with this YouTube look, aren't I? Oh god, it's so boring. Have I got anything else to say? No, I should never have done a live. I'm not in the right energy to do a live. I'm just bored. I wanted to do something. I can't think of anything to do, so I came on and did a live. But it was a mistake. Sorry guys, so it's been such a boring episode. Is that an iced latte I see? A fine choice, sir. No, it's not. It's a chocolate milkshake. It costs about £1.20. It's very nice. I do worry about the amount. Well, I don't worry. I just don't care anymore. But you know, I'm not sure we're meant to be drinking lots of milk. Like, are we meant to be drinking milk from other animals? No. Oh, maybe we should just talk about some mainstream stuff, actually. What do you all make of... Is it actually a law now? I think I saw a GB News clip of... a GB News clip where they said it. I think they said it was law, or it was coming law, that you can no longer Christian preach on the streets. It's just madness, man. Madness. Have you done a video on your ayahuasca ceremony experiences? Yeah. I mean, I haven't done like, this is what happened in an ayahuasca ceremony, but I've touched upon it in many videos. The first time I drank ayahuasca, she very clearly assessed my body. And I've definitely spoken about this actually. And I could feel her going all around my body and being like, okay, there's a lot of work to do here. Where do we start? And the first thing that happened, I think my posture's still bad, but you know, it was really bad. And the first thing that happened, I remember my spine like going and like all like sort of clicking into place, or not sort of clicking into place. And then the rest of the time she spent on the left-hand side of my gut working on this. So I think there was a big black blob of energy there. And it's interesting actually, I can talk about that more in recent experiences as well. And she just started circling it and circling it and circling it and circling it, like knowing that it needed to be moved. And that was the start of a long ass journey through the next 100 plant medicine ceremonies that I went to, including peyote, ayahuasca, all the rest. And then when I was in Thailand, so when I first started getting massages in England, I remember when she touched my stomach, like being like, whoa, what are you doing? That's so painful. And she was just like looking at me, gone out. And I was like, what, are you telling me that like most people can have their stomach touched? Like, I just, obviously, because we're all perceived from our own perspective. So I just assumed that no one could have their stomach touched. And yeah, she was like, yeah, no, all my clients are fine with having their stomach massaged. And I was like, what, even plebs? Surely not this fucking guru, like I can't be worse than the plebs. So that was sort of my first realization. Well, I mean, ayahuasca showed me I had a lot of blockages in my stomach, but you know, that was my realization of how bad it was on a physical level. And then when I went to Thailand, she started working on my stomach, and I was so sensitive, like I was screaming, man. But I was at the point where I was surrendered enough to let her do it. And then recently, with my new masseuse, she can. So she started about 2 weeks ago on my stomach, and at first it was like, I wasn't screaming or reacting, but I was like, oh, this is intense. And it's actually on the right side of my stomach now. And but the last few sessions, she's really been like in my stomach, and it's yeah, it seems this energy has moved. I relate it to inner child trauma. Obviously, a part of me that wasn't seen, that wasn't loved. So I think that part is mainly being seen and loved now. I'm sure there's still more to go. Ask me more questions about ayahuasca and what you'd like to know, and I'll divulge. I'm kind of like you, unjabbed, disillusioned, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll get high. Oh man, yeah, I'd say let's get high. You can't do it here, it's completely illegal. Like, straight to jail. It's just not an option. But yeah, once I leave this place, I'll definitely be getting high again. I can't wait. I'm so ready to just give up on life and get high. Like, I'm so fucking ready. I've tried so hard, I've tried so hard with Broken Mirror. I've put so much energy into that, and it's just getting nowhere. So yeah, it's time to just accept that life's shit, and time to give up. Has there ever been a big goth scene in Sheffield? Yes, Corporation Club. I mean, the goth thing was very much, was it 90s or early 2000s? It was a little bit before my time. I was still a bit too young for it. And then by the time I was of age, it kind of died off. But there's a club called Corporation where all the what would have been goths, if it was still a thing, go now. All the, well, I suppose it's all libtards now, all blue hair and piercings and all that sort of thing. But yeah, I think it was quite big in Sheffield. I don't know relative to other cities, but I would certainly say so. I remember my best friend was 2 years older than me, and she was a goth, and yeah, it was just all the ugly kids, wasn't it? All the ugly kids were goths, basically. Hey up, Tom. Hope you're well. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, I'm fine, man. I'm fine. I'm just in transition as always. Justin, do you think you'll always feel the way you do, Tom? No, I think I'm a million different people from one day to the next. And I'm always transforming. Hence why some days I seem manic and some days I'm like this. And it's just, I think it's being alive. I think it's like not being numb with, I don't know, antidepressants or, just general brainwashing, watching the news or whatever. A lot of people call it ADHD, but I think I'm just alive and my senses are fairly open. So I think this is life. I think life is ups and downs, and also I am having a huge energetic, spiritual, whatever you want to call it, shift at the minute. So, it's exhausting. It's really exhausting. Yeah, it's quite messy. Have an idea for a Sheffield character. Ooh, tell us more. Is it based on Victor Meldrew? Hola, just in your live. Hey, Live Sobriety, how are you? Can you say something interesting to keep the live going? Because I'm struggling. Leroy Brown, hey up, haven't caught a live since you started doing them again. No, it's good to have you, Leroy. It's a shame you chose this one because it's absolutely shit. As you can, well, maybe you can't see, but you've just joined us, but basically I have, I'm just doing a live because I'm bored out of my mind and I can't face myself any longer. I've been with myself all day and I just can't do it anymore. So, and I'm really struggling with YouTube. I just don't know what to watch anymore. Like, I'm done with fucking spiritual people telling me this and that. And I'm done with fucking people telling me how terrible the world is. I just don't know what to do anymore. So it pushed me towards meditations, which did make me feel a lot better. But how many meditations can you do in one day? I did 2. Are you back in Sheffield yet, pal? No. I'll only go back to Sheffield if everything goes seriously wrong. Andy from Doncaster, hello from Thailand. Well, not from Doncaster anymore, are you, mate? Or maybe you're from Doncaster, but glad to hear that you're in Thailand, bro. Is that a long-term thing, or are you on your jollies? Thanks for sharing. Yeah, I should be able to say way more about ayahuasca. You know, if you asked questions, I would answer them and speak into them, but I don't think I'm in an expansive enough place today to just be able to go off on one. My ayahuasca experiences were all a couple with the Honey Queen tribe, but all the rest have been with the Yawanawa tribe. Who I'm pretty sure from Brazil. Yeah, I see. One story that's coming up is oh wow, so bad. She basically poured her medicine down the drain in many people's opinions. Obviously, everyone has different perspectives on it, and I'm not saying I particularly care, but so the plant medicine scene in England is, you know, everyone pretty much knows everyone, and well, yeah, maybe I should change the names. Yeah, I should definitely change the names. So there's a very well-known peyote medicine carrier, what many people call shaman, called Dan, and his right-hand man, Andy, and they're just incredible. Like, they're just such beautiful men. And Andy was with a beautiful woman called Cindy. And they just were a match made in heaven, man. Like, just this phenomenal couple. Like, just phenomenal. We were together for ages, and like, you just couldn't ever imagine them not being together. And Andy always used to sit on the right hand side of Dan. Like, I'd probably been to 30 or 20 peyote ceremonies by the time what I'm about to say happened. And so suddenly I went to my 21st, let's say, and Andy wasn't there. And it was like, where's Andy? Oh no, that's not true. Let me just get this right. Yeah, no, that's not true. I went to a Yawanawa ayahuasca ceremony. So the Yawanawa would always ask Dan and Andy to be their staff members. And I might not be quite getting these details right, but I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah, this is right. And then went to a Yawanawa, and Andy is just always a shining, happy being who's just always so welcoming and so just fantastic. And you can just see in his face like he's in agony. Oh, he's making me quite teary. And he's on the phone non-stop. It turns out he was on, and you're hearing things like, I can't quite remember, but you know, I'm going back 10 years now. Yeah, I can't remember what he was saying, but it became apparent that he was talking to Cindy, and it was breakup talk. And I was just like, whoa, what is going on, man? Like, you could just never see these two breaking up. It was just mental. And it turned out, so it was all a bit of a mystery, and Cindy wasn't present at this. Oh, thank you so much. Indy wasn't present at this Yawanawa ceremony. And Andy got through it. He was magical, like he is magical. Like even in his toughest time, it was magical. And it was all just a bit of a mystery. It was like, where's Cindy? What's going on with Andy? What the fuck? And he didn't give any details. Like, and we did the ceremony, and that was that. And then the next month, I went to the peyote ceremony with Dan and Andy, and in Andy's prayer, his first prayer. So the tobacco goes around the circle 4 times. So what Dan has done, so Dan was chosen by a man called Crowley, that is his real name, a very famous, he's called a roadman. So he has spent his life going around the world serving peyote, and that's what's known as a roadman. And there was one ceremony where Crowley met Crowley met Dan, and like drew like an outline around him, and decide. So what Crowley does, you can find Crowley on YouTube and stuff. Like, he's an incredible man, and what Crowley does is when he finds somebody who is worthy of or capable of being a medicine carrier, he passes that country on to them, and then he no longer needs to go to that country and he focuses on other countries. So he chose Dan, and he made a great decision. And he basically then supplies Dan with the peyote and, you know, gives him a basic structure, but, you know, says it's yours. You do with it what you will. Now, in peyote tradition, only the elders pray with the tobacco because it's serious. Like, it's really fucking serious. Like, you will get what you pray for, and you won't. So for example, if you pray for strength, you're very likely to get an illness that will make you strong. So, you know, you put this tobacco in the hands of newbies. I can give you a good example of my story with that, actually. I'll try and finish the original story, and then I'll go into that story. So you put this tobacco in the hands of newbies, and they'll probably destroy their lives with it. Now, it will all be for the greater good, but, you know, it's going to look very messy. But Dan has come to the conclusion that the time is now. There's no time to wait. That the work has to be done. So he has decided to put the tobacco in everyone's hands. So this tobacco gets passed around 4 times throughout the night, and people pray with it to the fire, and shit's gonna move. So it was then that Andy, in his prayer, I remember his first words were, "I feel like the carpet has just been pulled out from underneath me." And then he went into the fact that Cindy had left him. And I think it was another three ceremonies later or so that I was chatting to a guy called Jerry, who was the third guy. Sort of, there were 3 of them that held the ceremony together, and he explained that Cindy had left Andy for Assie, who was the ayahuasca shamaness, and gone into a lesbian relationship. It was just fucking bonkers, man. I hope that story was worthwhile. Feels like the ending was a bit of an anticlimax, but, you know, everyone was just like, what the fuck, man? So then it was like, obviously, more questions around. I mean, it just is what it is. People fall in love, and it's all fine. But yeah, a lot of people stopped sitting with Assie after that. I'm not saying I didn't. I don't judge things like that, but it was a big issue for a lot of people. Okay, so my prayer that went wrong, many of them, but the big one. So this is like when I was smashing it business-wise, and I prayed for the destruction of my ego. Please take away my ego. Oh, it fucking did that. Well, it didn't. I'm still an egoic cunt, but it fucking it smashed it apart a lot. So what was my ego attached to? My business. I'd been getting blackmailed for 2 years over a video that would destroy my business. A staff member, it looks like a staff member kicking a dog. They didn't really kick it. They were using their feet to separate dogs. But it, you know, if you presented that as a staff member kicking a dog, it would be seen as a staff member kicking a dog. So I'd been getting blackmailed with this, not blackmailed because I didn't give any money, but like threatened with this video for 2 years. So this person had sat on this video for 2 years. 2 hours after I made that prayer, they released it. And it destroyed my business. And therefore it destroyed my ego. Thanks for sharing. Well, let me know what you think of those latest shares. Last Spinster, hey up mate. Yeah, the boardwalk was a good night out. Again, a bit before my time, a bit too... Oh man, I was so superficial when I was young. Like, so I was a Republic boy, gatecrasher boy, like, you know, just as superficial as it gets, really. Like, the place to be seen. So I think the boardwalk was a bit too cool for me. But also, I think it was a bit before my time. I mean, it was a thing. It definitely was a thing when I was going out. But again, it was a bit more of the alternative scene. And I just wasn't alternative at all. I was just all about superficial bullshit. How I looked and all that. Oh, fucking hell. My Sheffield character will be a female Gothic English lecturer who becomes obsessed. Obsessed with what? I ruined Corp. So this is Leroy. I ruined Corp. I was the one who got the hip hop room big, and then it moved to Monday. and then it got incorporated into the whole club on the main nights. Okay, so I don't know anything about Corp. Like I only ever went once, and it was when I was almost 30 because my sister worked there, and she was friends with somebody that I wanted to have sex with. And I did have sex with him, and he was beautiful. But yeah, so I don't know anything about it. But yeah, that would definitely have ruined the Corp vibe. The Corp as I see it, which isn't really based on any sort of experience, so take it with a pinch of salt, was not a hip hop place. So yes, that would have ruined Corp, but arguably, you know, it needed ruining. I mean, the thing about Corp was, I mean, it was just disgusting, wasn't it? Like in terms of like the venue was disgusting. Like it was sticky, it was dark, it was horrible. Not so much dark, all colours are dark. But like, I remember if you went in with anything like white shoes, they weren't white when you came out. I write about her breakdown. It sounds really interesting, Ludwig, and yeah, I just love the fact you're a writer, man. Like, I just think that's fantastic. Any sort of creation, I'm all for, and I think writing is, well, anything I don't do or can't do, I would put that more in the don't do bucket, and I would put like playing a guitar in the can't do bucket. I'm just in awe of, so yeah, big love to you for that, man. Keep going, Tom. No looking back. I'm sure I will because I don't have anything else to do. But right now it feels tough, man, because the content I want to make, no one cares about. English refugees, all good. But I haven't. Oh no, I did film yesterday when I lost my passport because that was just like, you know, that would be a good episode. But yeah, I haven't filmed anything to do. Just can't be arsed anymore. And I've got so much content. I've arguably got too much content in terms of like by the time it's all released, we'll be in 2051 and everyone will be dead. Motherfucker. Leroy, can't be asked, what was the basement of the Cabish called? Casbah called? I don't know. Again, it was a bit too alternative for me. I did go a few times. Man, I used to go to Berlin bar and shit like that. Like, and then there was a whole gay thing. So, you know, I'd try and go to the gay bars, but I absolutely hated them. So, you know, Fuel, which Berlin bar actually turned into, interestingly. I'm amazed we're not losing people. Is this interesting to non-Sheffield people? A night out in Sheffield, that's what I should rename this one. Hey Graham. So much on YouTube, AI as well. Yeah, oh man. I hate to say that I have been listening to quite a few AI videos. Not the last couple of days while I've been in this funk, but they're really good. Shit, that's really bad, isn't it? That's really bad. I shouldn't be supporting it, especially as a content creator who's going to get wiped out by AI. It don't matter, I'm already wiped out. But yeah, I don't know what to say because I do watch them because they give great wisdom, but it is AI. Now, I was listening to one that was quite concerning. So, you know, I'm just listening to it and it's giving all this spiritual wisdom. And then suddenly, halfway through, well, a demon came on. Like, it just made, I can't do it, I can't replicate it, but it was like 3 seconds of like, just this noise, like this, I don't know what to say, it wasn't screaming, it was, well, suddenly, because I played it back, I was like, what the fuck was that? And went back and actually looked at the screen. And the chakra system came up. So it could have been like a foreign language mixed in there by mistake, but I don't think I could feel it was a demon. I could feel it. It was a demon. So I stopped listening to that channel. But yeah, I you know, I have the same reservations as you about AI, I'm sure. Like, is it demonic? Is it... And you know, obviously it's going to be used to control us. But then I speak to Javion about it, and he's like, you know, it's like anything. It's like a knife. It can be used for good or bad, you know. But I've stopped watching them now because they just lie. I don't think it is lies. I do think something amazing is happening in my life right now, but it doesn't feel like it today. So I can't just keep listening to videos telling me everything's about to change, and then, you know, I was going to say nothing does, but that's not true. Like, so much is changing, and I'm transforming so much. But yeah, today I'm in a transition, and I just can't keep listening to people telling me it's all going to be fantastic, or fucking robots telling me it's all going to be fantastic. So much on YouTube. Oh, so I've just heard that. Hyper awareness is a gift and a burden, in my opinion. Yeah, that's so true, man. That's so fucking true. Listen to the audiobook. Thus spark Zarathustra. Now that's really interesting. So when I had the community centre, one of my main friends there, Chloe, was her sort of alter ego, or the name that she would use on, like, I don't know, for a Facebook profile maybe, or something like that. I don't think she did, but, you know, maybe for a password or something. I can't quite remember how she used it. Emails and stuff like that was Zarathustra. Frustra. So I might do that. Can I take a screenshot? Yeah, cool. I'll have a look at that afterwards. Thank you. Told you, watch William Donahue, Hidden Meanings. Hey, let's do another fucking screenshot. Fuck me. I am desperate. So I'll take tips for sure. I definitely need to get some new content. I can't go back to the fear stuff, man. I haven't got through a single, like, so who I try? I got through with Jeff Bezos. It wasn't even getting through. I love Jeff Bezos cards. I just love him. He's just so funny and a great character. But I haven't got through a single Lotus Eaters episode. I did watch all of Neil Oliver. I think that's all I've tried, really. Oh, I tried a Neil, what's he called? The financial guy, Neil Ward, is it? And whilst I still really rate him, like, he does give really good information, I couldn't get through it. Oh, and then I watched a couple of, I can't watch Charlie Veach anymore, I just can't fucking watch him. But I did watch a couple of Kurt Cad's videos, but again, I didn't get through them. Here is a tip for everyone. Always look for the positives and kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. I like that last pinster. Andrea, afternoon Tom, from shitty Lincolnshire. GTSY, looking well. GTSY? Not sure. Andy from Doncaster. He's in northern Bangkok, Lam Walk Ka, last stop to the SkyTrain terminal station. Staying here for a while. Good luck with everything over there, chum. Nice one. So, are you hoping to not go back to the UK? Afternoon from shitty grey wet Scotland. It's so sad, isn't it? Scotland's so beautiful, man. It's such an amazing place. But those skies. So am I right? But it's been about 16 days since you guys have seen the sun. Like, that is just diabolical. So important to get the sun. So important on so many levels, which is obviously why they're attacking it. Is that the end of the comments? What's going on? Here we go. Why the number 33? Oh, I don't know all the details. I don't know. I probably know about 1% of the details, but it's basically a very powerful number, isn't it? Like, there's 33 vertebrae. I'm pretty sure Jesus died when he was 33. So it's basically a very powerful number that, like anything, like a AI or a knife, can be used for both positive and evil. But obviously the powers that be totally understand it and know exactly how to use it. So that's why it shows up so much, and obviously they use it for the negative. And I think there's 33 levels to Freemasons, I think. So yeah, it just comes up a lot in, but I can't tell you why it's a powerful number. I don't know anything about numerology. But yeah, it's mad, isn't it? It's mad how that's just all over every single sign-up. Mental. You were kind of intense, man. Thank you. That sounds fun. That's fun. Hey, Popsky. How's it going? UK lady thinks something sounds fun, and she also thinks it's amazing, but we don't know what. Hit the like button, peeps. Oh, not on this one. We don't want people seeing this one. I might take it down afterwards. It's been shit. I might just cut out that plant medicine bit. That was worthwhile, but it's on the wrong channel. I think he is on crack, Willow. I've only ever done crack 3 times, I think. The first time I did crack, let's talk about that. So I was a massive pothead. Like, totally dependent on it. And I had this, it was when I was still in the, conscious people will really relate to this. Where you're still beating yourself up for not enjoying socializing. Like, you're assuming there's something wrong with you. Like, why don't I enjoy socializing like all these plebs do? Like, why can't I just enjoy it, being around plebs? And as Jeroen really well explained to me, especially like around alcohol and drugs and stuff. But Jeroen explained, like, it's your aura, like, and it's their aura. Like, once you understand things on an energetic level, like, he said, you wouldn't want to stand in a shitty cesspool. Well, that's what everyone's aura is, and you can feel that. But obviously, I had no concept of this, and I just blamed myself, and my external thing to focus on was cannabis. So we went down to London, the football lads, for an away day. I can't remember who we were playing, obviously a Sheffield Wednesday match. And it was also someone's 40th birthday, so we were staying over and making a weekend of it. So I was like, right, I'm going to be social. I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm not going to take any weed with me. So obviously what happens, it gets to 9 p.m. and I'm just like, I can't cope with life. I need to go and find some weed. So I leave the party, of course, and start walking around the streets trying to find some weed. And so obviously I go to a black dude, and he's like, yeah, I can get some weed, £50. I'm like, bang, there you go. So then I'm trawling around with this dude, and oh my god, he is scary, really scary. I remember at one point, I think we were walking for about 2 hours, and he was just fucking leading me on a wild goose chase. We know why in a minute. At one point, he picked up a bottle and smashed it. And I don't think he really pointed it at me, but he was just like shouting. And this is how desperate I was for weed. I mean, partly because I'd given him 50 quid. But I was just like, okay, this is what I have to put up with to get stoned. Anyway, obviously he went and bought crack with it, didn't he? So I was like, well, that's my crack. My money, my crack. And also, I was just so fucking desperate to escape myself. It didn't, this is when you realise that addiction doesn't exist and it's actually all just trauma and wanting to escape oneself. Because it wasn't, I did want weed because that was my substance that I had a relationship with. But really, I just didn't want to be with myself. So when the weed turned into crack, then I wanted the crack. Oh my God. So I ended up in this crack den with these 4... people that built our country, and and they were not the sort of people that were capable of building a country. I remember one was sat in a pink Mexican hat, and he was like quite a hard dude, like took himself quite seriously, and then he had this, like not bridesmaids, what women wear on a hen do, like this bright pink Mexican hat. But he was sat there like dead serious. It was really weird. Anyway, so I ended up tooting on their crack pipe, and yeah, it was great. And then I don't think I ever went back to a party. I just floated back to the hotel room, and it was just like falling. But like when I was in bed, just like, whoa, this is amazing. But it just wasn't. I wasn't traumatized enough to seek it out again. Cannabis was enough for me, luckily. And I just wasn't in those circles, I was a posh boy. So it never came up again, and then what drove me to this? Maybe it was the whole losing of the business thing, that Kyoto story I told you about. But I bumped into... I used to know this lad, a really great lad, quite similar to me, really. Just just a complete mess, but like so much love and so much personality, and a really fucking deep soul that hadn't realised he was a deep soul, and he's probably dead now, to be honest. But just a great guy. He was great. Anyway, so there was what do you call those? Is it 3 parties? where you go raving out in the countryside. So I got quite into that, and I used to know him from there. And then 10 years later, so this is probably when I'm like, I don't know, 32, 33, something like that. I'm walking past a spa. I've just moved into a new flat up in Fulwood. I briefly lived in Fulwood, which is very posh. And, oh man, that flat was given to me for free by an estate agent. It was a really posh flat. But, they fucked up my house sale somehow, I can't quite remember. Oh no, I was renting my house out and they did something wrong, so I kicked off. Like, I proper kicked off, and I ended up getting this flat for free for 6 months. And I did not look after it. Like, I wasn't capable of looking after it. And I had this massive dog, and the furniture was really nice, like 4 grand sofas and stuff, and I just let my dog on them, and they were so pissed off when they came round 6 months later, and my dog had shat in the basement and stuff like that. They came round on a really unfortunate day where I'd been like probably off my head for a few days and I hadn't tidied for a while, and like there was dog shit on the floor and stuff. Oh, it was just terrible. That's not the point of the story. What's the point of the story? So I met, I think he was called Alex, outside a spa. So he was homeless. But last time I'd met him, he was driving a van and he just started this man and van business, and he was super excited about it and seemed like everything was good, but then, yeah, suddenly he was homeless. So I don't know if I asked him or if he suggested it. I can't remember how it transpired, but, you know, I was like, oh, should we smoke some crack, bro? So I did it with him a couple of times, but actually it just wasn't worth it, because by this point, this guy was so traumatized that it was the first time I really saw it, actually, where, so I let him stay with me, that was right, I let him stay in this flat for a couple of days, and it was just horrendous. Like, the guy was so manic, like he couldn't be with himself for a second, so he'd just chat shit, and I mean like incoherent, like just fucking incoherent. Like, the guy was in a really bad spiral. And I let him bring a friend round, and I remember listening to them interacting, and it was the first time that I really saw like full-on mental illness playing out, and like really saw it for what it was, and it was the first time that in my life, I think, where I was just like, oh, I can't connect with these people. Like, you know, I'd always had this story like, oh, I can connect with anyone. If I can't, it's something that's wrong with me. Maybe I was a bit younger than 33. But no, I probably was, probably about 31, 32. And it was the first time where I was like, oh, I can't have these people in my life. Like, there's no connecting with these people. Like, they're too far gone. So I managed to get him out of my flat somehow. And that was, I think that was probably the first boundary I ever really put in with anyone, where I was just like, no, like, I can't have you in my life. So that was the end of my crack story 3 times. Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Like, oh, I think he's on crack. Like, obviously, he's projecting his nonsense onto me, but I can just make it into a story. It's fine. Like, I don't feel the hate. I don't care. Like, you know, I understand where they're at and what they're doing, but it's just not my world, man. Good morning, sir. Hope all is well. Yeah, a bit better since I started this live. Feeling a bit more like life's kind of worthwhile because of you guys. Thank you, you guys. Leroy, I remember that whole dog kicking thing at your place. Oh yeah, you will do if you're a Sheffield guy. I mean, it was big fucking news, man. Like, for 2 days, it felt like, I mean, there were people protesting outside and all sorts. I mean, it was mental. Well, actually, they didn't. There was people saying they were going to protest outside, and just one fat bin turned up. But yeah, like for 2 days, it was world news, man. Like, I got fucking radio stations from Australia ringing me. Like, it was mental. It was a really big deal. And for 2 days, I think I was the most hated man in the world after Trump. At the time, it was when like Trump was first becoming a politician. Yeah, man, it was a big deal. I was front page of the Star, Sheffield Star. Daily Mail did a big piece on it, which is still online now. Fucking hilarious. It amazes me that people read that and they're like, oh, like now, and they're like, oh, he's a dog abuser. It's like, well, 1, it wasn't fucking me. 2, it wasn't dog abuse. And 3, like, can you not see me? Can you not see the person I am? Like, as if I'd ever abused dogs. Republic! 1997 for 2000 for me. So that's, all right, so I'd have been like 12. So I think that was like when it was proper. Wasn't that when it was Gatecrasher? And it was like world renowned. And it was absolutely amazing. And then it was Republic when I was 18. And then they went back to Gatecrasher and then they burnt it down and did an insurance job. Hey, delightfully not. How are you doing? Hey, Barwick. Ground Control to Major Tom would be a great channel name. For what though? It's not a travel channel name, is it? It's not a spiritual travel name. And not today, Satan. You know, I named that when I was in my Christian phase, so it kind of doesn't really resonate with me, but at the same time, people seem to like it, so. You say I'm gay. I am gay. AI porn now. No porn workers required. Yeah, that is. Oh, that's gonna be so addictive, innit? I've never looked at it. I haven't looked at porn for a long time. I mean, I've used Grindr as the same sort of thing, so it's not like some big win, but at least it's real people. Most people's porn used to be, but yeah, AI porn, man. So when I haven't, I don't think I've looked at it for at least 6 months, but when I have had my porn hasn't been a big thing for me, but I think that's only because I've had Grindr. Like I think it would have been if I was straight, and so I have seen the like adverts for it, and the cartoon stuff as well. I mean, that just seems weird to me, but yeah, I imagine it's gripping, and it's like, you know, the big thing with porn, isn't it, that you get desensitized to it, so you start looking for more extreme stuff, which is like, you know, what that then does to your sex life and your actual life. Like, it's devastating. So yeah, I would imagine if you're watching AI porn, you're never going to be able to get a hard on with a normal person, and just never going to even bother trying to have sex. But I don't think many people do anymore. I think the whole meeting people, having sex, having a relationship, I think it's all done for many. The planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do. What's a miserable prick David was? Don't get it. I don't give a fuck about Man United versus Liverpool. I barely even care about Sheffield Wednesday anymore. No, I'm not in Mexico anymore. I'm in Southeast Asia. My neighbour just had his toes amputated. Oh, God. Some people's lives are really hard. Is that through drug abuse? Richard Bicker tries to make the odd comeback, but he just gets botched straight away. I'm just not dealing with idiots like that. He's actually a neighbour of mine, and I've embarrassed him greatly. I would love to hear more, Graham. Is he? I mean, he's got to be just as bad in real life, presumably. And oh man, he's such a libtard, isn't he? He's like as classic a libtard as a libtard can get. I can't even begin to imagine what it's like knowing him in real life. Like, he's just the most horrendous human being. Oh dear. But yeah, he's gone. I still see him, like, when somebody makes a video about me, I see him all over the comment section. So funny. GTSY is good to see you. I'm too old for stuff like this. Ah, rustic journals in my house. Good. We've had one. Tom, GTS, good to see you. As if you know that, rustic journals. Fucking hell, maybe it's yeah, maybe I'm just a spaz. I thought it was a young person thing. Scotland is not all amazing, trust me. No, I'm sure not all of it is, but like when I said that, I was thinking about the countryside and the hills and the greenery. Yeah, it was my intention before I decided to go to Mexico and I was going to do van life before the skies totally finished me off. It was my plan to do the something 500 around the coastlines. That was going to be my first thing. Tell me the hidden meanings in these live inverted. Evil lived inverted devil. Let me try that again. Tell me the hidden meanings in these live inverted. Evil lived inverted is the devil. Yeah, but what's evil lived? I don't get that bit. They have been planning this for quite a while, you don't say. Since Egyptian times is my understanding, but it is only an understanding. The Willow Fairy, that's a nice name. No sun in Scotland for so long, it's predictable now. Sad and depressing. Yeah, really sad and really depressing. It's a really powerful thing they're doing there in so many ways. But yeah, it's impossible, I think, it's impossible to not be affected by that. I mean, my parents seem to do a bloody good job. They don't even notice it, but then they're like just like this anyway, and depressed anyway. You know, like they wouldn't, even though they're on antidepressants, they wouldn't acknowledge that. But you know, it's just it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, like when you're so numb that you don't even know you're numb. Like that's kind of where we're at with them. But yeah, like I'll show them BBC articles, and they just can't take it in. They can't comprehend that level of evil. That's what it is. Like they just can't even begin to comprehend, which I understand, you know, because it's so evil. Blocking the sun, like it's the most evil thing ever. But they just can't even begin to comprehend it, which I understand, because it is like for a normal nice person who just gets on with life and just, you know, doesn't do any harm to anyone or anything, like. How can you, and is completely conditioned and has never like thought about anything, like how can you even begin to comprehend that they're blocking out the sun? Do you like Sheep Farm podcast? I don't know it. I feel like I might be aware of it. Might be just when people mention it in the comments. So I definitely don't know it. Couple of lads from Huddersfield. Oh, not those awful conspiracy theories. But they are funny and very light-hearted about it. Have some cracking guests on. They had Alan Watt's wife on recently. That sounds really good. Screenshot. Anyway, sorry about that. Too many bongs. Yeah, I thought you were a good one, that Spinter. But, you know, I wasn't offended anyway. It's fine. 33 is a Masonic code for when they do evil. Yeah, totally. But, I think it's just a powerful number that can be used either way. You'll know this, Rusty Jones. Am I right in saying that Jesus died when he was 33? So yeah, we see it showing up Masonically and in evil because they're the ones that know how to use it. But I think it is actually just a powerful number. But I could be wrong. You know, I think we could use it too if we knew how. Another sunless Sussex day. The movie The Road might have been a documentary, Tom. I don't know any movies. Movie references are always awesome. Yeah, so Popsky is saying it's the number of God, which would make sense to me. I don't quite know what the number of God means, but I think it's just a very powerful number that unfortunately not many people know how to use other than those that have bad intentions. It's not powerful, it's more a code. Rusty Jones disagrees. Did you do that thing you was gonna do? Ooh, what was the thing? Don't know. Oh, Popsky's always got blooming sunshine in Cornwall. I don't know why I'm saying that because I've got sunshine too, but I mean, from the point of view of many of the other people in this chat, seems like Cornwall is the place to be. I'm very happy for you, Popsky. That is fantastic. And it was picked by the evil ones as they make good and reverse it where Jesus is concerned. So he lived a perfect 33 years, so they took it and made it evil. Yeah, so would that not point to the fact that it's just I'm going to use the word powerful again, but whatever word you use, number. And it's obviously, so obviously it's used a lot by the evil people, but it could be used for good if we knew how. A bit like the cross turned up. Yeah, so it sounds like you are agreeing that it's, it can be used both ways for those that know how. So, Rusty Journal said it's a bit like the cross turned upside down by Satanists. She's also saying the rainbow is a covenant God made with Noah. Yeah, totally. So it's a beautiful thing, isn't it? And now it's being used for satanic agenda. Yeah, totally agree. Thanks for your views on the number 33, everyone. Oh, it's been very exciting, isn't it? Popsky is an ex-crackhead. Awesome. Wouldn't have touched it, but thought it helped with my anxiety. So yeah, I mean, anxiety is just a symptom of trauma. So yeah, of course, it will have helped, I'm sure. But yeah, I just love, particularly ex, but even current drug addicts. Like they're always the best because they're the most sensitive. They're the ones with the biggest heart. They're the ones that have to, they're the ones that this world is too much for because they can sense things and because they actually come with a shitload of love, and this world is too painful for them, so they end up numbing out with whatever substance they need to numb out with. So that explains a lot about why you're so amazing, Popski Woo. How do I say that? Hi Tom, how is it going getting smoke? Well, it's 2 years in jail here if you get caught with smoke. So it's not. That's why I'm not smoking. It's no great achievement. I mean, it was. I stopped because of the craziness that happened, and I was moving country, and I was just super paranoid anyway, and it wasn't helping. So I did make a decision to stop. But it was also circumstance. Had that not have happened, and I was still chilling in Mexico, I'm sure I'd still be smoking. And then here it's just an absolute no. Like you can't go near it. It's so dull and grey here. I'm turning into a sloth. Yeah, I'm not surprised. But you're coping. That is a coping mechanism at the end of the day. Like it might not feel great, but you are coping, and I think there's a lot to be said for being a sloth when you need to be a sloth, like I have been today. And loving yourself through that sloth period. Rustic journals. Addiction itself is not trauma. The reason people often take substances is to numb the pain caused by trauma, and that causes addiction. Yeah, but addiction doesn't really exist. Like if you heal the trauma, the addiction goes. Like this addiction story around. So what I mean by that is like this story we're told that you can be totally happy in life and let's say trauma free, not that anyone is, and then you do cocaine once and that's it, you're addicted for life. Like it's nonsense. I remember a guy stopping and loads of what seemed like zombies rushed to the windows offering what seemed to be like people's old teeth to us. That's random. You now English or no? If you're English, you're English. That doesn't change. Why am I called a refugee? Because I see myself as a refugee. I see many people as refugees now who are having to leave the West. Like the West is incredibly... So if you compare it to the economic migrants that we have in the UK that we call refugees, who, of course some are fleeing war, but like 90% are just economic migrants that have chosen to move because they get benefits in hotels. So... whereas I feel like I've been forced out of my home country. I feel like I've been forced out because I want to speak. I feel like I've been forced out because I don't want to live under grey skies. I feel like I've been forced out because I want to eat real food. I feel like we are under attack and it's very tyrannical. So I see myself genuinely as a refugee. All right, so Andy's answered the question. Staying here in Thailand, Tom, waiting for the UK to improve. Yeah, I mean, even if you were 10 years old, I'm not sure that was going to happen, but you definitely don't look 10 years old, so I think it might be a long wait. I worked in Sheffield for a few years on West Street near the old Limit Club. I don't know Limit, Fab Club. Then before the Red Hill off Port Lane. Oh, cool, man. I love Sheffield people on the chat. That's so cool. Our country has gone to shit and it makes me sad. Yeah, it's devastating, isn't it? It's absolutely devastating. Is it true that in your country, do you mean England? Or the country I'm in? I've never seen any Chris called cheese CUNTs. No one is suggesting you're on crack, you tripper. Well, it sounds like you bloody were. Anyway, we got a good story out of it, and somehow this live has gone on for an hour and 20 minutes when it was absolutely dire. Found it so funny when you found that fat dog and thought out loud, can it move? That was on the main street of San Cristobal, wasn't it? That was a fucking fat dog. I want out of the divided states of America. Yeah, it's the division is extreme, isn't it? Like people hate each other and want each other dead, it seems, particularly the lefties. Yeah, man. Yeah, and I don't see Trump as a savior. I see him as part of a club. So yeah, I think the situation in America is dire. I think on a surface level, and I mean obviously I don't know, I'm not there, but it seems, but on a surface level, things are better than they are in the UK. As in, the tyranny isn't as overt, but if you actually see beyond the layers and what is happening, it's madness. It's madness. And obviously they're going to lead the way in the one world government, so it will be the first to... I don't know, the UK is clearly their testing ground. So maybe the UK will be first. Actually, I think the UK is going to be first because they're so far down the road of it. But yeah, it's not going to be good. Yeah, like, I would definitely be trying to get out of America if I was in America. Any Western country. Any Western country. Like, no, it's not going to be good. Anime porn, I mean with, is that all about? So I'm not quite sure what you're saying. Bicker is hilarious, a troll, but you can't help but chuckle at his daftness. Yeah, I agree, Rustic Journals. It just got a bit tiresome. And it got, I mean, less so on this channel, but it just got to a point where, you know what did it? It was before my new stance on blocking people. And on this channel, I'm not too bothered about blocking people anyway. We are an English refugee, right? It's more Broken Mirror where I want it to be a safe space for people to open up and share vulnerably. But it was when he started going for other people, like, come for me, that's fine. But you know, when you're getting at all the commenters, and it just started getting a bit much. I have kids and teenagers. That's the only reason I know. I'm not sure what you're referring to now. I've kind of lost track. So what do we think about this person that's donating Rustic Journals? I'm very suspicious. I'm sorry if you are genuine, Mr. Donator, but I don't think you are, so that's why I've been ignoring you. My usual one is FML. Yeah, that's a great one. I know that one, and I use that one. I'm saying it a lot. Yep, Rick Bicker. It was Richard Bicker, wasn't it? Is one of those whatever someone believes is the truth kind of people, and all he does is watch Marvel movies, drink Pepsi, and eat junk food. He's a beast. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know why I'm shocked at that. Just, it's obviously what he would have been, yeah. I'm going to read that again. So this is the guy that knows Richard Bicker, man. Please comment more about Richard Bicker. It's fascinating. So Richard Bicker is one of those whatever someone believes is the truth kind of people. I don't think he was like that at all. Like he was just like, my retarded truth is the truth, and I'm going to attack anyone who doesn't agree. That was the impression I got. And all he does is watch Marvel movies, drink Pepsi, and eat junk food, and take lots of shots, and rely on his pension, which is about to crumble. Hey, come boy. Oh dear. Evil backwards live. Yeah. Okay, got that. Devil backwards is lived. As in dead. You've already lived. Interesting. Words are fascinating. So the other day I was trying to remember what entertainment means, and it means to trap the mind. And then mortgage is a good one, isn't it? Death contract. And then there's like loads like dis-ease, disease, it's actually dis-ease. Realized, real eyes. Like, oh my God, it's fascinating when you break it down, man. And then there's all the court language, like all the maritime language, like, whoa. Yeah, exactly. Popsky is not a good person. That's why he's not getting any attention. I'd find it hard to block Bicker lol. He was one of those livable pests. I can understand where you're coming from, but I took so much joy in blocking him. He was just an obese Pepsi drinking, junk food eating twat. Just done a song about blocking the sun. Oh, interesting, man. I'd quite like to hear that. Richard Bicker is not a troll. That's what he is really like. Wow. Yeah, I did kind of. Let me think. I think he was a troll. No, I knew that what he was commenting was what he believed because he was so triggered. Like you could feel the trigger in his comments, and it was very consistent. But the amount he commented was trollish. But I just love what you're sharing. That's what he is really like. Hates weed, though has plenty of vodka in his fridge. You know, it's just unbelievable, isn't it? Like unbelievable. This is legal, isn't it? It's okay. But this plant that grows out of the ground, oh no, definitely not. 369 is meant to be powerful, but have no clue how to use it. So I'm not sure why Rustic Journals hasn't blocked this person yet. Let me get rid of him. Oh, it's just that one comment. Can you not just block them in general? You spray heavy metals to block out the sun, you steal the land, you take them away, you take away the gun. Oh, that's a good line. I'm not going to repeat it again because I don't think YouTube would really like it, but that is really good, Last Splinter. I would like you to email me with some. Yes, 33 could have power. I think we've, yeah, I think that's a conclusion we're reaching. Ricardo is South African, so you know the truth about stuff. Maybe it wasn't such a bad thing. That thing we all brainwashed to believe was terrible in South Africa. Rainbow flag missing indigo or violet. Can't recall the meaning spiritually. Yeah, I have seen something about this. I can't recall it either. Don't mention it is word. It won't. Just block them. Just remove them. Old teeth. That's what crack in the 80s looks like. Oh, of course. That makes sense now. Nice one, Last Pinter. I've been enjoying your comments tonight. Oh, we've got more Richard Bicker stuff. Rich Bicker drives a Citroen C1. Ah, my nephew used to drive one of those. And the suspension is gone on the driver's side because it's a fat. He can't park it in his garage and gets in or out because he's so obese, so he parks in front of a garage instead. That's so funny. Oh, it's a good job I didn't slag off C1s into it, Rustic Journals, and it's just a car. He's too fat. And he's fucked up his suspension. How fat are we talking? Like, are we talking like, can you give us, oh, not many celebrities are fat, but can you give us an example? If you just say the stone, it's not going to mean too much to me, but I guess that would help. But yeah, if you can give us like an example of how fat we're talking, I'd really enjoy that. Trump is either the Antichrist himself or working for him. Yeah, I totally agree. 666. Oh, this is interesting. Popsky. 666. The inversion of the truth. I'm non-affiliated. Thanks, Tom. That meant a lot. Your interpretation of disease summed up my 30-year battle with being UK cannon fodder. Just numb up all that. Yeah. When you start seeing disease as the symptom of dis-ease, then it's a lot easier to heal. Rather than it's just like, I used to go up just thinking like it was random. Like you could live a really good, healthy life and you might just get the big C. Like, but because they want you in fear. So they basically tell you, oh yeah, okay, lifestyle. But they basically just tell you it's random, don't they? But for me, it's all about how trapped your energy systems are and how in dis-ease you are, and then whether that's going to turn into disease. Anime, I mean with, is that all about? The with is what the hell. Oh, what the hell is that all about? You got to stop using these, do you call them acronyms or whatever, yeah? Because they're totally lost on me. Yeah. Anime, like, yeah, I never got anime, let alone anime porn. Like, anime, like, what the fuck? Like, it's just vile. It just gobsmacks me that people watch that crap. If you've seen a black boat, say, sort it. Sorry, I don't understand that. We the British do not claim. I have been thinking the same about the donate. Okay, so I think this is chat between you guys. It's just an illusion. I was trying to say that Richard Bicker was a feelings over fact kind of person. And whenever you prove him wrong, it's just a coincidence, apparently. Yeah, he definitely can't deal with being wrong. I mean, he's wrong about everything. So he's one of them that's like clinging on to his fragile reality, isn't he? So he gets very defensive and attacks. He's not here to learn or broaden his mind or anything like that. It's just like he needs it to be the way the system tells him it is. Otherwise, his whole world is going to fall apart. But it sounds like things are falling apart for him anyway because he keeps sitting on them. Glad to hear you weren't fat. Oh, I'm glad you think it's a good vid, John Francis. It certainly improved. The first 20 minutes were absolutely dire. Oh, Rusty Journals has been doing a fantastic job. remove. Mate, I'm loving your comments, Graham. I feel like you've kind of made the live. I think somebody asked me about ayahuasca ceremonies was good. The crack thing was good. But yeah, you've been the hero with this live. All right, we've got to the end of the comments. It's been an hour and a half. Big love, everyone. Thanks for joining me. 45 people. Thank you so much. Big love. See you soon. You cheered me up. I feel a bit better.